Ready to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Williamson out there with Wilkins. Then there's Wembanyama. Then there's Wade. And it's Walker in at the 1. And for Washington, Robinson is out there with McAdoo. Then it's Brandon Roy. Then it's Randall. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Washington. Pass to McAdoo. Misses the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Wembanyama. Rebounded by McAdoo. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Washington. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
And just showing off for the crowd a little bit there. Roy enjoys putting on a show.
Here's Walker, and it's sent back by Russell. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Wilkins passes to Wade. Goes up on the high post. Good on the jump shot.
Excellent use in the mid-range area. You know that's one of his favorite shots.
Pass to Russell. Robinson a screen on Walker. Here's Russell. Back to Robinson. From deep. That's good from Randall on the assist by Robinson.
Well, Randall keeping you honest here. Not a knockdown shooter from that range, but is showing more and more that he's capable of...
Oh!
Yes, sir. Yeah, it looks like Zion's got the stage all to himself there, just tearing down the rim.
Russell with it. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Outside Roy. And again, Washington with the triple.
Good to see Roy knocking it down from long range, wanting to be a bigger threat from there.
And stolen by Russell. Pulls up for 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let-up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Worthy's checked in for Dominique Wilkins. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And it's Williamson missing. Roy against Wade. Out to Russell. Puts up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting. And tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Russell against Walker. The drive by Russell.
My goodness, that move was just nasty.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Jason Williams, he's checked in for the Hornets. 1:58 left to play in the first. Looking to end the run. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add two ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Williams against Russell. Pass to Robinson. Here's McAdoo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
The most impressive thing about McAdoo is how diverse his game is. Attacking the rim, hitting jump shots. He's got a lot of ways to punish you.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Howard's checked in for Robinson. Lowry Marketing comes in for Julius Randle. OG Anunoby's checked in for Roy. And it's Kobe White in for Russell. Washington leading now by 14. Here's McAdoo. Back to White. Kicks it out to Markkanen. No good from outside. And so it's Williamson with it. He brings it up for the Hornets to the inside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williamson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Not much you're going to do with Zion that close.
Here's White. There's 31 seconds left in the first. Releases. And again, Washington no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Washington making a change here. Davis is checked in. Walton's checked in for the Hornets. West comes in for Worthy. Stolen by Markkanen. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Howard.
Oh, yes, sir.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
On the wing, Williams. Tries to hit him, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Washington out in front. They lead by 14. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Washington.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
On the floor for Charlotte, we've got Williams. West out there with Williams. Then it's Walton. And it's Wade in at the shooting guard. Davis setting the pick for White. That's good from Davis on the assist by White.
That's just an outstanding pick and roll there to get Davis diving to the rim. Once he gets the pass, the shot was as simple as it gets.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
The first one falls, and the Hornets making a change here. Wilkins is checked in, and David West drops them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Here's White. Pass to Howard. Back to White. Three-pointer. Kicks it out to Markkanen. It's Davis on the wing. There's the triple. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And the defense will settle for AD shooting threes. Better that than him going inside.
Bucket is good.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Davis sets a screen. White looking around. Fires the three. Kept alive. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Davis. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Washington leading now by 17. White with it. Wade picks him up. Anunoby against Williams. Fades away. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 7 points for the quarter.
You don't want to give a bunch of these mid-range jumpers to AD because he'll get in the rhythm and he'll bury you.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Washington going with a whole new group here. Charlotte also making some changes. Zion Williamson's checked in for West, and it's Kemba Walker in for Williams. Here's Wilkins. Pass to Walton. And Walton throws it down.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Here's Randall out to Russell. To the wing on the left. Here's McAdoo. That three off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Wade. And then Wade slams it in.
Wade just gone after his first step. So quick.
Robinson dishes to Randall. Outside Robinson. Pass to Russell. Robinson a screen on Walker. Russell. Outside for Randall. Robinson sets a screen for Roy. Cans it from downtown. Roy's got 11 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Here's Wade. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And Wade's shot selection really impresses me. Understands his strengths and recognizes when to take that jumper.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 7. Pass to Roy. The three. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 4 assists in the game.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Drains the three-pointer. Roy's got 9 points in the quarter.
He just makes scoring look so effortless. It's why you love watching Roy play the game.
Robinson with the block. Jumps up. And then Roy with the jam.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Back to Walker. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And a capable scorer from anywhere on the floor. You give Walker those kinds of looks, and he's going to make you pay.
Here's McAdoo. And again, Washington with the triple.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Pass to Walton. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Washington out in front as they end the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Brandon Roy really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
So with Howard sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Julius Randle is out there with McAdoo. Then it's Russell. Then it's Brandon Roy. And it's Robinson in at the 5 spot. Offensive rebound outside for Roy. The tray. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I like seeing Wade challenge the defense on the attack, forcing the issue there and drawing the foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Wade.
And there are so many reasons to be a fan of Wade's. This young man's ceiling is sky high.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. And White kicks to Howard. Howard setting the pick for White. Back to Howard. Pass to Davis. Howard with a screen on Williamson. And it's Davis missing. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Charlotte. Wembanyama passes to Wade. Back to Wembanyama. Down low. When Zion came into the NBA, Brent, he was seen as a defensive liability. But, boy, has he made strides on that end of the floor.
Well, Kevin, consistency of being on the floor can help you with your offense, but we don't often talk about the learnings that come with being on the floor often defensively, making reads, understanding your opponents better. And I think Zion has suffered from those injuries taking away his opportunities to become a better defender. We're seeing that improvement now.
And White kicks to Davis. Connects from three-point range. Davis has got 10 points in the game.
Confident shot from AD, committing to taking that jumper.
Davis has gone 2 of 4 from distance tonight. Charlotte calls timeout.
In a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Here's Walker. Off the inbound, no good. Walker's gone only 1 of 5 shooting from the floor. Outside for Davis. Pass to Markkanen. Over in the corner, White. And again, Washington with the triple.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Davis with a screen on Walker. Here's White. Left side, Markkanen. Davis finds Howard. From outside, off the mark. Howard's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Wembanyama passes to Williamson. Misses in close. Here's Washington. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Pass to Howard. There's the 3. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Howard's gone 1 of 4 so far. Walker dishes to Williamson. Markkanen with the block.
And Markkanen showing all 7 foot of himself there.
Unloads, and Davis gets it to go. He's got 12.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. Battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Davis in the corner. Larkin in a screen on Williamson. The three-pointer is right on target. Davis has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Washington. Walker in the post, wide on him. Walker's shot is off. Walker's gone 2 of 7 from the floor here. On the wing, Markkanen. Another one falls for Washington.
Talk about confidence, Markkanen feeling like he can drill shots from anywhere right now.
And the Hornets call time here.
Yeah, he's shaken up a bit. No choice but to take a timeout and let him get some medical attention.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. David West, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Worthy comes in for Williamson. Lou Williams is checked in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's Williams in for Kemba Walker. .58 seconds left in the third. Pass to Williams. Beyond the arc. And the Hornets miss again. And here is Davis. 15 points in the game. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.